Welcome to the Legged Sportcast. It's me, Andy Grant.
Me, Jordan Neild.
Apologies, this is done via Zoom as I'm away in Devon for a few days, which has been nice. So we're going to have to put up with this. But we thought we'd just give a quick kind of update on this weekend as the Premier League starts back. And we've also started our Legged Sportscast Fantasy Football League, which I'm excited about. I'm not into it, Jordan, at all, but we got asked to do one. We've done it and it seems pretty popular.
To be fair, mate, I weren't into it until we set it up, and now I can't get off the app. I'm just changing my team constantly, listening to podcasts and everything.
Since there's over $1,000 in the pot now as well, I'm a little bit more keen.
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't sure whether we'd get how many people we'd get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's been great. Once again, I'll have to get the name of the lad who suggested we should do it. But again, I was thinking, will anyone even be bothered? But yeah, it seems like people are pretty keen on fancy football.
Yeah, I think we got 1,100 at the moment.
Yeah, 1,100 quid so far, and we're another day to go, so it's good. If we start on that then, mate, the fancy football, do you want to go through the rules quickly then?
Yeah, so basically we've had a little rules meeting, little 10 minutes before we started recording. So basically the winner at the end of the season will get 50% of the pot. So obviously at the moment that'll be a pretty good win. Whoever comes overall second will get 15%, and whoever comes third will get 5%. Then throughout the season there'll be 5% prizes for people who are ahead at respective game weeks. So that will be game week 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. So who's ever at the top of the league at the end of them game weeks will get 5% of the pot all the way through the season.
Oh, so there's prizes throughout, and at least that 5% will be at least 50 odd quid now, so hopefully a bit more. So
yeah.
Especially a nice big over 500-600 quid at the end of the season as well. That's the big thing for me is I think the constant prizes throughout, because I'm normally giving up after 2 or 3 weeks when I'm bottom of the league, can't be bothered. But now that I know there's money each week, then or every couple of weeks I'll be well into it.
Yeah, I need to stay into it because I think last season I did one, and the striker at Wolves, he got like a dead bad head injury.
Yeah.
And for I kept doing my team for 12 weeks after.
Just killed it.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully it keeps people interested. And we're going to record a little show every week about fancy footy, a little 20 minutes. So yeah, hopefully it gets everyone interested and keeps people talking.
Yeah, so as well as the Sportcast coming out Friday morning, there'll be a kind of little Legged fancy football episode going out about midday on a Friday, which will give you a bit of time to maybe chop and change your team and ready and prep for the weekend. On that note, mate, are you willing to give your team up to now or what?
Do you know what? It's sort of, I've been up since 6:30. My team's changed twice already. I can't get off it.
I've not changed mine since I started.
Oh, mate, honestly, God, was listening to Aston Villa podcast. So he was going to start now. Just best out, but yeah, I think I'm not giving me full team, but I've got a few gems in there, I think.
Okay, mate. Give me a thought process. Have you gone for tried to go for bangers where you could? Have you picked a couple of donkeys at the 4 million mark just to get in your marquee signings? What have you done?
Mate, my bench is awful. My bench is terrible. But I've sort of sacrificed defence, and I've got a decent goalie, but sort of sacrificed the our defence. Loaded the midfield because my research tells me that's where the points are at. and then going for a couple of I've got no big names up front, but a couple that I think are going to overachieve or at least be the main man at their clubs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mate, I'm similar to yours, mate. Mate, my bench is awful. I give me bench now, mate. I've got Everton's backup keeper is a lad called Virginia. Never even heard of him. I've got Danny Rose in there, to be fair. Aston Villa. Didn't even know he was at Villa, to be fair. Torreira for Arsenal. I've got one little gem on the bench. Little Phil Foden in there for you.
On the bench?
He's injured, isn't he?
Oh, was you saying, oh yeah, my bench is weak, boys. Got Phil Foden there.
He was in my starting 11, but he's injured at the minute. He's got a little hazard mark next to him. So
I'll give you an inkling into my bench. The first name on there is Brentford's backup keeper.
Well, again, I'm not going to give my whole team away, but I will give you a couple. A bit of a surprise choice in goal, mate. Have a guess who I've gone for?
Pickford.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, brave man.
Brave. I think it's a catch-22 though, because if he has a worldie, I'll be made up. But then if he fucks up, I'll be
Yeah.
half gutted, but I'll be still laughing at the same time. So.
Do you know what? Do you want a little? I've slipped Naby Keita into my team, and I don't rate him at all
I know, mate.
because
If you've got a
I just
fantasy
think he's
football
the
for
start.
pre-season, you'd be laughing.
I mean, I reckon I'll be thrown him out the team after like 2 weeks. Like, but my whole back three are left backs.
You want for a back three, yeah?
Yeah, but 3-4-3 have gone.
I bet you we've got two of the same three. In fact, I've got 3 full-backs in my team. But I've gone for a back four.
Yeah, it's all about the assist. You've definitely got Trent.
Yeah.
Is yours just Liverpool? Liverpool's right.
No, I've got 2 Everton in my starting 11, 2 Liverpool, 2 United.
Yeah, I've got 2 United, which hate me. Got a little wild card from Brentford.
Yeah, no, you know what, mate? I've not gone for any of the lower teams really. I've just gone for.
Smart.
Apart from, I've got a couple of superstars in there, but I've just gone for real decent prospects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, to be honest, it's like it's trying to find players that might not be in other people's teams. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then, like, you pick up a little bit of points where people like obviously fell short a little bit. But yeah, to say I've got into it, probably an understatement.
I tell you what, mate. All my start 11.
Yeah.
7 English players.
Yeah, England.
It is the England fucking team. I'm telling you.
I've got 2.
The only have you, the only other player I'm going to mention, mate, is my best mate, Harry Maguire. I've threw him in as well.
Yeah.
Don't really rate him, but he does get the odd goal, doesn't he?
Only right.
Yeah.
Do you know what's going to be funny when because obviously Lukaku's about to sign in for Chelsea.
Yeah, there'll be a load of last minute.
I think the deadline's tomorrow, isn't it? Like 6 to change your team and stuff.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So if they announce him at like 5:30, the Apple just crap.
It is weirdly addictive, innit? Because again, I'm not normally into it, but these first few weeks, I'm like, oh, chop, who are they playing? Oh, the bags of goals, throw him as your captain this week and all that. So now it'd be good, mate. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, like, at the moment, if the first prize in our league is going to be, could be around 600-700 quid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Decent.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. That's definitely going to keep me interested. Like, but the one thing I need to sort of understand is the advantages, the little triple captains and the bench boost and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've always played them when I'm playing, but I'm always playing casually. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, mate. There'll be no casual. I'll be banging into it now. Especially like the transfers as well. They'll be getting really looked into. So it'll be good, mate. So yeah, massive thanks again to all those who've signed up. It'll be a good few weeks, and again, give us a few laughs along the way to talk about who's absolutely plummeting to the bottom of the league and who's rising to the top. So good.
Whoever's bottom's just going to be getting pelted every week on
Guaranteed.
the Sportcast. So.
Guaranteed, yeah. Be getting pelted worse than Tom's new YouTube channel.
Oh no, I've seen that. Oh, Tom.
But yeah, mate, you're looking forward to the footy being back.
Buzzing, mate. To be fair, I mean, like, obviously I wasn't invested in the Euro, so I feel like I'm a bit more starved than other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm buzzing to see it come back. To be honest, I've got no idea who's going to win it. Just usually, like, I do a little bet at the start of the season, like sort of across the leagues, like to be promoted or to win the league or something. Looking at the Premier League, could be anyone.
Yeah, I agree. I think, obviously you'd say City, obviously clear favourites, but seeing what Leicester done to them, it's just anyone's beatable on the day, aren't they? I think it's just all about consistency in this Premier League because there are so many good teams with so much world-class talent. It's whoever can just put that run of consistency together, they're going to come up trumps at the end.
I think obviously that's how Liverpool. I don't really think we ever had the best squad, did we? But the reason we won it a couple of years ago is because we were so relentless. But I think I think the United have obviously invested well. City obviously, if they get Kane over the line, will look like they've invested well. Chelsea as well if they get Lukaku. So it looks like Liverpool haven't invested so well on the surface, but it looks like a lot of teams are making a big play to try and obviously take the league title, but I think it's one of the most intriguing years for a while.
Yeah, no, massively, mate. I think the signings have really spiced up. Who do you think will be the top four?
To be honest, I think, just over the course of the year, I think City might win it again. But like, that's only with my head on the block. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be, confident. I think Chelsea will be in there. I think Liverpool will be in there, providing we avoid injuries. And then I think United will be in there, to be honest, as much as that kills me.
Yeah,
But
no, that's my top
think
four.
I think Tottenham have had a bit of a struggle. I don't know if they've got any direction. They've got a new manager, stuff like that. Arsenal at Arsenal. Everton are obviously someone who knocked on the door, but they're in transition a little bit. So Leicester maybe, but it's the old. To be honest, Leicester always overachieve, don't they? We always write them off, but I think Leicester might just miss out. But I think that'll be the top four, but the order's up for grabs, really.
Yeah, mate, no, totally agree. I think Tottenham and Arsenal have let themselves down, haven't they? Really, with the chopping and changing of managers. I think players wanting to leave, just massively underperforming. I can't see them getting near the top four. I think it'd be Everton and Leicester giving anyone a push rather than Tottenham.
I think Villa might have a good year. I know they've lost Grealish, but if you look at the players they've invested in, they might have lost like a star player, but they've probably built a better team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like if Ings 50 scores goals, and that's just history tells you that. Obviously that kid from Norwich, Buendia, they brought over Leon Bailey. They've already got the staples of a decent squad in terms of like the goalie, Tyrone Mings, John McGinn, stuff like that. So I think they might, I think they finished 9th or 10th last year. I think they might step forward a bit.
Yeah, I
Which would
think
be good to see. As though they got like the best player getting taken off them. It would be good to see them still kick on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. I think my surprise package would be the likes of someone like Villa or Everton. I think people might be surprised that Everton under Rafa. I think they could do really well. I think one of those maybe teams that are quite boring, quite hard to break down. But with Richarlison bringing in his gold Olympic medal to show off to his teammates, I think that's really inspired them all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not that. But to be honest, I think it might work. Everton are always like, we want this manager, we want this, on all these big names, and it never works out. I think, the world works in weird ways sometimes. I think it might be that case of like, we don't want this person, but it ends up being, a bit of a blessing for them. One thing you can guarantee is they're going to be difficult to beat.
Yeah.
So, and that's always the best. If you look at all successful teams across all sports, it's always defense first, isn't it? You build from not conceding, you build from being tough to beat, and I think they'll definitely be that.
Yeah, I agree. Going down, mate, who do you think?
I think Norwich might as well not even come up. Might as well just stay down there.
Liverpool played them first week. We'll end up getting beaten now.
I know, yeah, but that's just us, isn't it? But I think they're a set to go down. I think Palace might be in trouble a bit because Patrick Vieira, unproven. I reckon he might be the first manager out the door.
Of course, yeah, Patrick Vieira, yeah.
Yeah, I think Palace are bang in trouble, and then probably Watford maybe. So yeah, I'd go Norwich, Palace, Watford. But everyone always says Burnley going down, and I love Burnley.
Yeah, manager's a beast, isn't he?
They say it every year, Burnley, get them down, but like a couple of years ago they qualified for Europe. They got a squad that wouldn't look out of place in League One.
Yeah.
They take points off all the big teams every single year. I know they don't play the nicest footy and it's not great to watch, but I'm all for someone being like that. Do you know what I mean? Little underdog.
Yeah, no, totally, mate. I think this could be Newcastle's year, to go down. They've just been such. You think of them as such a big club, but in reality, they're fucking shite, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. To be honest, though, I went up to Newcastle the year when we played them, like a week before the Champions League final. Origi scored.
Yeah.
And I think they went ahead in that game, mate. And I've never heard noise like that. Anfield.
Oh, yeah. I agree, mate. I went there when back in the days of Alan Shearer and Lauren Robert, and I think Shearer scored a free kick against us about 25 yards, and mate, the roar of that Shearer, brilliant atmosphere.
I'd never seen. I remember sitting there, and I was in like, to be fair, I was in like comfy tickets, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is loud. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but so it's like the fans deserve the club that they think they've got. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. As a fan myself, I think they're a big club, but the reality is they're fucking shite, aren't they? So I think they could be
Yeah.
potentially down there, mate. Yeah, I think Brentford, it'd be tricky for them.
I'd love them to stay up. That story we were telling about, you know, the way they've developed the team and that.
Yeah.
And just look, I'm happy someone's coming up who's not been in the Premier League, you know, before. And like just sort of, so I'm quite rooting for them to do well. And people like Ivan Toney and that, you know, he's bagged goals and it's
Yeah,
obviously a big step up. You know,
yeah.
if he can,
He was flying in, by the way. I can't
Mm.
wait to see him.
if he can take it into the Premier League, you know, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
They play Arsenal, don't they? First game. I think that's a great game to go into the Prem to because you know they're a good side, but you can get after them, can't you?
yeah. Friday night, 8 o'clock, first game. And then the other one, mate, for the drop would be either Brighton or Norwich again, mate. Just be different. I think Norwich will just be that yo-yo club now for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, they'll win the championship again in 2022 or 23 season, but they come up and just like you know sell the best players and then just sort of accept they're going down.
Yeah.
But it's one of them. I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at Brighton either. I mean, you know, I don't. Everyone raves about their manager, but I just don't get it.
No.
Graham Potter, like. If you're Brighton and like I've seen he done it against Liverpool a couple of years ago. He was doing this like Barcelona thing, like trying to pass out from the back and all this stuff. And then like we scored like 3 goals or something in like 15 minutes, and he was still doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone's now convinced that you've got to be this like tiki-taka team. Like you got to get it through the lines, and whereas like that's why I like Burnley because they say no, we don't do that. This is what we do, and if you can't beat it, then good luck.
You play to your strengths, don't you? It's that kind of, like you say, or like the Sam Allardyce thing. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool has been renowned to struggle against these teams, and it's because he plays a certain way, and that's it. You know, they're not going to try Barcelona.
Yeah, it's anti-footy. So it's not because you know at the end of the day you have to win games. I'd rather be a Burnley fan and be like, right, the footy ain't great, but we, you know, a couple of times a season we beat the big boys and we stay up comfortably. Than be like, for example, Norwich and be like, you know, we play great footy, but we've got 13 points.
Yeah, and it's different, mate. If you've got the likes of, you know, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson in midfield, and you were just if Van Dijk was lumping it to Salah every week, you'd be like, fucking hell, what's the point in having these in midfield? So you can understand the tick-and-tackle play and all that for Liverpool. But if you're Burnley and you haven't got world-class midfielders, then I don't see a big drama in hoofing it forward.
To be honest though, mate, like the art of like a long pass or like, you know, being direct, it sort of gets frowned upon now, but you look at some of the best teams over the years, they were direct, do you know what I mean?
Liverpool do it all the time, mate. You think of some of the goals we scored these last couple of years when Van Dijk pinged one to Mane in the Champions League against Bayern. Robbo and Trent scored that goal against Man City, Salah's header. It went straight from Trent, long field to Robbo cross to Salah. I mean, Liverpool are partial to an odd long ball as well. So,
I mean, that Barcelona team was unbelievable, but you know, not everyone can be that.
No, exactly. Anyway, mate, it's exciting times. The footy being back, no doubt the Sportscast will reflect that as well. See you wearing your Montenex gear, as I am too. Massive shout out to the lads there. So don't forget 15% off if you type Leg at the checkout on montenex.com. Make sure you give them a follow. Apologies once again, it's been over Zoom this week, but again, we will be back at it next Friday in prep for our little trip to York, where Dragon Symbol will be running, and me and Jordan will be having a good time in York.
So we bagging everything, you know, it's waiting there by the door.
Brilliant. Anything else you want to finish on, Jordan?
No, I mean, obviously a little bit of a shorter episode this week. You know, you're having a well-deserved holiday and stuff. So yeah, just hopefully next week with the fancy footy and everything we've got loads to talk about. A couple of bets this weekend as always, and we'll throw them up.
Belter. Yeah. So as going forward, then the Sportscast will be out at normal 7 a.m. and then we'll bang out the fancy football one roughly around lunchtime. But massive thanks again for your support. Massive thanks for everyone who's got involved in the fancy football. I think you're still able to join until about 8 o'clock at night
tomorrow,
or sort of thing.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, Friday.
We'll have a couple of stuff.
So yeah, it's still time to get involved. Drop us a message. We'll send you the code. It's £20. Thanks for listening. Have a boss weekend.